Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the performance of the build of the week category, the sworn enemies category, and we're going to take a look basically at just how good this category is in Dokkan Battle. So because they don't have their own set Super Battle Road stage or their own set Extreme Super Battle Road stage, kind of just decided to take them into the Extreme Super Battle Road. Now I tried to change this up a little bit, so I switched out the Martian Boo based units like Kid Boo and LR Boo tanks, and I've kind of switched them out and I've gone with a little bit more Wicked Bloodlines, so a little bit more Wicked Bloodlines options, a free to play Mecha Freezer option, and I've also decided to kind of roll with the Demon King Piccolo World Tournament unit, because why not? I thought if there's ever an opportunity to actually show a sworn enemy that isn't Cell, Freezer, or Boo, I thought this would be a pretty good opportunity to do so. Now obviously in terms of like things that don't equate from Red Zone to ESBR and SBR, so in Red Zone mechanisms like stunning really help, mechanisms like sealing really help, mechanisms like attack down, defense down, all of these things help quite a lot when it comes to like improving or like having a good performance in SBR and ESBR. So there's definitely like additional benefit with utilities, not to mention that your team in general, you have options because you have more items, so things are a lot less limited than Red Zone, whereas Red Zone relies purely on really high numbers and certain crucial mechanisms. SBR favors really high numbers and guard and things like that, of course, are still useful here, but having things like attack down, defense down, sealing, stunning, all these things are really helpful in specifically this situation. So obviously because of that, I think it's a lot of fun to always see like how good a team does in SBR and ESBR, and Sworn Enemies has like all the pieces you generally need to do a good job. You have LR Full Power Freezer, who's a really good damage dealer. You've got the Mecha Freezer free to play unit who can attack down and defense down in this team. AGL Golden Freezer is just a great tank that you'll see me often just take into any event. You have Second Form Cell, who has the ability to stun. He also has the ability to buff up the rest of his allies. Int Cell lowers attack, lowers defense, does have healing as well. Then we also have some really crucial units, alongside these guys. You have some pretty just interesting options. Demon King Piccolo is a relatively tanky unit as well. Decently tanky, can tank quite well, is semi-reliable in a floating slot. Just depends on his orbs, especially in his base form. When he can't transform, you do rely a bit on those orbs, and that obviously can affect you. But yeah, I would say generally speaking, the team does pretty well and is quite a lot of fun to use. There's plenty of options all around. You don't have to use this specific team. I think Sworn Enemies has more than enough units to make a variety of teams. And like I said, you can always just build a team in from a situation where you have like really strong options to kind of use instead. So yeah, overall I would say Sworn Enemies is fine to complete a multitude of like stages, but generally speaking, the way Sworn Enemies is built, if you're going to use them to like complete androids, then you're basically running a Cell team. If you're going to use them to beat Space Traveling Warriors, you're basically running a Freezer team. If you're going to use them to beat Artificial Life Forms or Martian Boo Saga, you're running a Boo team. So yes, although you're technically using Sworn Enemies units, you are basically just using like standard units or like standard other teams that just so happen to fall under the Sworn Enemies category. But yeah, overall I would say the team is pretty good. I hope they get their own stage soon. I think they need a second lead. They need some more versatility in terms of leads. They need another designated support, I think. And then we're starting to look really good. I know Strength Super Boo gets an easy A. And I know he becomes really solid, and I think that helps out the team a lot. So yeah, I think there is definitely some like viability here that you can 100% use for the team. But yeah, but just wanted to kind of show off the team a little bit and just show them in this SBR ESBR situation. If you look at, for example, like AGL Full Power Frieza, he can do some pretty decent damage, and if you target a Goku category or a Goku named character, or you have them facing you in a round like this final stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, then you can do crits still to all the other characters. So like, even though we're targeting Vegeta, okay, it's a Dokkan attack, so it's technically targeting everyone, but even though we're targeting Vegeta, it's guaranteed to crit because we have a Goku on the rotation. So it's things like that that tend to be obviously really, really helpful, and can, like, understanding those mechanics can really improve your team's performance. But yeah, overall I would say the team is just really, really good and has enough options to build a couple different variants. I think you just have to be careful of what rotations you're running. Demon King Piccolo, be aware of what orbs you need, and I would probably just switch him out for the Tech Golden Frieza, if I'm being entirely honest. He just, tends to run a bit better, because his damage reduction is pretty unconditional. You just have to be above 50% health, and that's not too bad. And then you don't have to really worry about orb management, which does help quite a bit. But yeah, so Frieza, really, really strong. You can see there, super duper nice active skill, really good looking as well. And yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, I think that covers everything that you needed to cover. Shouldn't really have any other issues or anything. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else really left to say. So that's it for this week's Build of the Week. But I'd love to hear what your guys' comments are down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and bye.